I got some big news. Some big news that I gotta give it to you quickly. We now officially have a tropical system in the Atlantic. The break without a tropical system in the Atlantic has officially ended. And now we have a system to track. And this system, which is Tropical Depression 16. Very close to becoming Tropical Storm Nate. Yes, Nate is the name. Now I'm sure you're gonna hear Nate a lot in the next upcoming week. And I mean a lot. Soon to be Tropical Storm Nate, formed from the Central American gyre. The other disturbance I talked about in the last video got torn apart by wind shear. And with gyres, multiple spins can pop up in the atmosphere. And when you get spinning, those could tighten up and become something tropical. And that's exactly what Tropical Depression 16 did. Right now, Tropical Depression 16 is a 35-mile-per-hour tropical depression. It's on the verge of becoming a tropical storm. When you're watching this, there is a chance that this is already a tropical storm, especially if you're not watching this right away. But right now, TD16 is looking good. TD16 has symmetrical thunderstorms all around it and has a pretty nice little spin to it. So you can clearly see that this is a strengthening tropical system. And in the future, this is gonna be nothing to mess with. That's because TD16, or in the future, Nate, is going to affect the US mainland. And it might affect the US mainland in a huge way. Right now, the European model has TD16 developing into a hurricane and making a landfall along Florida's panhandle as a pretty modest Category 2 hurricane. But the thing is, the Euro has been trending stronger and stronger. Right now, there isn't predicted to be much wind shear stopping Nate from becoming a major hurricane, especially with those warm waters of the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico that Nate has to supply itself. Nate could rapidly strengthen. That's what Maria did. It went from a Cat 1 to a Cat 5 in a span of 15 hours. Nate could do the same thing. So if you live anywhere along the Gulf Coast from Louisiana to Panama City, Florida, you better be watching this system very closely. Most of the spaghetti models don't have TD16 becoming a hurricane. Only few models reach it to a Cat 1, but do not underestimate this one. This one has a chance to become a major hurricane. And trust me, no one wants this to become a major hurricane. As of right now, the National Hurricane Center makes Nate a hurricane and makes it an 85-mile-per-hour hurricane, making landfall just east of Pensacola. The European models are in agreement with that, but every single GFS ensemble has it going straight into Louisiana. The GFS also has it at a weak tropical storm making landfall, unlike the Euro, which has it as a Cat 2 hurricane. So the GFS has it weaker and a bit more to the west. The European model has it stronger and a bit more to the east. If you live anywhere along the coast from Louisiana to Panama City, Florida, you better start preparing right now. Get your gas, get your food, get your water before anybody starts to do so you have plenty of time to get all the supplies you need to prepare for this possible hurricane. If this hurricane comes or not, it's good to be prepared. Check your evacuation zones and just know your hurricane plan. Because as of right now, the National Hurricane Center predicts it to be a hurricane making landfall in Florida come Sunday afternoon. So you have about 4 days to prepare before this hurricane knocks on your doorstep. So I would start preparing this second. In the meantime, there's tropical storm warnings for the coast of Honduras and Nicaragua. They are only gonna get hit with weak tropical storm winds. But when it comes time to hitting the US, it might just be a major hurricane. This is gonna be something to watch very closely. We definitely don't want another major hurricane making landfall in the US. We truly don't need another one. But this has the potential to do so, especially with the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Place it in the right conditions and it could rapidly strengthen. This is for sure gonna be one to watch very closely in the next upcoming days. Remember, if you live anywhere along the coast from Louisiana to Panama City, Florida, I definitely recommend you to start preparing right now. Start preparing right now for a major hurricane. That way, if it makes landfall as a Category 1 hurricane, you were over-prepared. And being over-prepared is a good thing. In the next coming days, we're gonna finalize the track and intensity of future Hurricane Nate. I hope everyone stays safe with this one. Subscribe right here to stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.